Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another hobby collab, another remote stream today. So, Zach and Meg are still out at Nova, so I'm going to be running a remote stream from home. If you ever watched the tutorial videos, this is the setup, a little modified to help with today's stream. Let me know if you guys can hear me all good. Oh, I just muted myself. This is a new setup, so doing some fine tuning right now. I notice I'm coming in a little hot, so I'm going to turn myself down. But yeah, let me know how everything's sounding, looking, so on and so forth. Today we're going to be doing some fluorescent magic. So basically that means I'm going to be painting up these endless spells I've been sitting on forever. And we're going to be using some fluorescent paints, some inks. The main point is I want to get these done pretty quickly and like pretty low effort. So yeah, why don't we get started here? I'm going to switch over to the new top-down. How's it looking? It's probably let's see, does it focus in? Yeah, that looks all right. Maybe not the best, but like a little 4K camera would be better. But so this is what we're going to be doing, right? So I've got these endless spells here. Right now these are just primed white. And all we're going to do is get these painted up. I want them to look evil, so we're going to be using some red inks and fluorescent paints. But first, I want to try something new. All right, sound check, people. Let me know how this goes. Since I'm solo here, I didn't want it to have too many moments of awkward silence, so let me know if this music is too loud. This is some of Zach's music. Let me know if I need to turn it up or turn it down. Cool. Alright, it's good to see y'all. What's up, Barry? Tactile Sun, Soups, Gnome, what's up? Alright, yeah, let me know if that music's too loud, because I can't really tell based on the levels. I can turn it up, too. Alright. Also, make sure you make sure you answer the poll. This is the short list. What's up, Broken Chef? Alright. So, this is not the best camera, but, you know, I'm doing messy work. I don't want you to see it all anyway. So, first of all, what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab a big dry brush, like this. I'm going to shake up some black. Hello, Holly. Yes, I see. Thank you for helping me set up this morning. Really thought this camera would be a little bit higher quality. Let me make sure it's in high quality mode, actually, real quick. Sorry, you're gonna lose the camera for a quick second. You know what? Never mind. Here, let's go to front. No. I think that's as high quality as it's gonna get, unfortunately. But we'll stick with it for now. Anyway, grab this. Get a big brush. Dry brush it off. Let's see. Cool. Alright, let's just go. Alright, and what we're going to do is we're going to dry brush this. Doing a pretty light dry brush to start. You know, with dry brush it's always better to start lightly, go heavier later. So this is the same way I painted a different endless spell this way a couple streams ago. And that was all pretty experimental. I wasn't 100% sure it would work, but I was pretty happy with how it turned out. And since then I've found some fluorescent paints I really like. So I figured it would be a good place to try it out. Oops. I just realized I think the song is playing. I think it's on repeat. Okay, 1 second. Why is it, No, no, no. I want you to play the whole thing. Weird. Alright. Hold on. Come. Zach's music's gotta be so... Whatever, we're doing shuffle and play and just hope it figures itself out. Wait, we just listened to this. Damn it. Next. There we go. Alright. Back to painting. Anyway, I found some new fluorescent paints I like. And, you know, these can be pretty detailed, but they're supposed to be magic. So I figure they should be like, you know, like see-through, ethereal, transparent. Transparent or translucent? I always get those confused. I mean, even here it kind of looks like I don't know, almost like a sketch. Alright, let's set this down for a second. Anyway. Oh, thanks, Soups. Thanks for the 5 gifted memberships. Appreciate it. Helps us out immensely. Bartok? I thought we killed Bartok. Or sacrificed him. I never know. I'm sorry, you guys can't see, huh? Yeah, anyway. You know, if these are supposed to be like summoned spells, I feel like they should be not, I don't want to paint them traditionally, the traditional way. I want them to look kind of ethereal and weird. I might have to switch to a smaller brush in a second, though, because this is good at getting the main parts, but... Oh, thanks, Rudy. Again, thank you for the memberships, y'all. Appreciate it. Oh man, this looks cool. I don't know if you guys can see. Maybe I can actually even show it over here. Is it too dark? This will be the working camera. This one right here, the top down will be the working camera. Then when I want to actually show it off, I'll come to the other one. Because it's a little bit higher quality. But yeah, y'all should pressure Zach to release some more music. I've been saying we should have a little bit of stream music for a while, so at least once in a while. All right, how we doing? What's up, Godforge? Anyway, what's everyone painting today? Actually, who has the? Oops, sorry. I'm peeking a little loud here. Who has a long weekend? In the U.S., it's Labor Day on Monday, so a lot of people are getting long weekends. I don't know if they have. What's it called in the UK? A bank holiday? Oh, last weekend. Gotcha. Was it also for Labor Day? Alright. Switch into a smaller brush. Alright. Alright. I have not checked up on Zach, on his how he's doing in the tournament. I know he's 1-2 yesterday. I haven't checked him on him since then, though. Does anyone have an update? You don't really bother working as much as you should. Alright. So I switched to a smaller dry brush. It may not have been small enough. This is still not quite getting in the recesses as much as I need. Actually, no, it's fine. It's actually fine. We're good. Just gotta... Well, I would imagine that hopefully Meg is taking care of Zach. Wait a minute, I thought you guys were watching Zach. Oh god. Well, I know Liberty, not Liberty. Actually, yeah, Liberty's out Nova, so he's probably taking care of Zach. I know Kirkanos Ted is out there. He's in good hands. All right. Hey, do you guys remember that, this is going to be a weird deep cut. There was a video game that had this art style. Come on, focus. I think it was a Wii game? I know that sounds weird. Oh, I just have to hold it close to the camera. And then it'll look good. Or better, at least. What does gardening leave? What's a Labor Day? That's a good question. It's a good sounding question that I don't actually know the answer. It has something to do with labor movements. I know that for sure. Alright, I'm going to do something, hopefully this doesn't break everything. I'm realizing that the camera looks a lot better when it's close down. So I'm going to just bring everything down a little bit. Hopefully that didn't screw everything up too much. Is that better? And then when I actually paint, it'll be closer. I'll scoot in. There we go. That's a little better, huh? Alright, let's see. Let me catch a bunch. Darkest Dungeon. Dude, I started playing Total War again recently, which is probably a poor choice. I got too much work to do. And that's eating up a lot of time. I've been playing Tamarcon. Do you guys know Tamarcon? He's from like Warhammer. Well, I'm going to say the old world, but it's not the old world. He's from Warhammer Fantasy. With this big thing called a Toad Dragon. Super cool. Okay. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to switch to a smaller yet dry brush, honestly. My little dry brush pile here. Cleaning the apartment, doing laundry, and watching the stream. Nice. Looks like people are being nice and productive. I feel so bad. I didn't even go to the gym this morning. What is wrong with me? Excuse me. I just seen yeah. I celebrate Labor Day by going to work. Alright, now we're going to try and get in these nooks and crannies. It really, like you can see like really deep in there, it like really doesn't want to. I can't get anything in there. There we go. But also, you know, this is magic, so like, who cares? It doesn't have. We don't have to follow the rules. Also, I want to point out, I said this was speed painting, and the part that is taking the longest is trying to get at these crevices. If only I had a smaller dry brush. Alright. So here's where we're at. This is probably good enough to go on to our next step. Sorry, let me get closer. And I'll even bring it over to the nice camera for y'all. Yeah? See? Let's see. Let me go ahead and answer some of these questions real quick. Mad World, thank you. See, Soups knows what's up. Soups is on it. Yeah. This kind of looks like the game Mad World, which was like pretty stylistic, pretty. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Had an interesting like visual style that was similar to this. Let's see. It's the first day after working. Yeah, Rudy being productive. Let's see. Oh, nice. Chef on an extended vacation, a business trip / vacation. What is my current bench and curl weights? Let's see. I don't really do heavy bench. The last time I did it, I was 405. But that was a while ago. Like I just kind of stopped because I didn't have I don't have a spotter at my current gym. So 405 was what I was last time, and then curls I only do like 30s. I don't really go heavy. I don't really go heavy on the curls, because if I'm doing curls, it's usually part of a bigger arm day, and I'm focusing on like triceps first, and then curls are like secondary. Rudy, to answer your question, oh, you're welcome. Thank you for stopping by. First of all, what model? I'm not sure. I haven't added anything to the wish list yet. I would say just whatever you want to see, I think is really what we want. Our idea with the wish list is like, if you want to contribute, we want to give people options, and then you should choose what you want to see, essentially. So whatever you see and you like. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna stop wasting time. Here's where we're at. I don't have the fancy Stream Deck, so I gotta use my mouse and keyboard. Hold on. This one? There we go. All right. So we're back here. Let's get this crap out of here. Sorry, I'm doing a little more adjusting. No, this isn't enough. Hope you guys don't get seasick. Alright. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this red ink here. This is Pyrol Red. Someone in here is a big fan of this. Damn, you can't even read it. I'm sorry this camera is not higher resolution. This is Liquitex Pyrol Red, though. And I'm gonna put some airbrush flow improver through my airbrush first, because I don't want to dry out mine. If you guys don't know this stuff, airbrush flow improver. The name is a little misleading. It does technically help airbrush flow, but really the point is that it prevents you from getting a dry tip, which is what clogs your airbrush, or tends to clog your airbrush. Alright, where's my stupid... I gotta grab my crappy brushes over here. Alright. What we're gonna do... Sorry, I lied. We're gonna do one more thing. I'm gonna put this on a... I need to hold this with something. I don't know where my... Alright, I have a little holder here. This one I hate. This is the one that looks like a sex toy. This sort of with this flared base. But sorry, I gotta move this back up. It works fine for this. This thing has broken more models than I can tell you though, because it falls over so easily. Alright, this is Pyrol Red. Oops, sorry. Sorry, keep bumping the light. Not finished yet, obviously. Put another. I'm not 100% avoiding the center, but I'm going to be going back into this crevice area with white anyway, so I'm not super concerned about full coverage in there. This is not the last layer, and it's fine if you don't get full coverage here, like I said. Alright, there we go. I'll bring it over to the nice camera too, I promise. Let me just clean out my airbrush. Oh, I just got cleaner all over my pants. Lovely. Alright, let's see what's chatted tonight. Airbrushing GSC sucks. Alright. Here it is on the top down. Here it is on the front cam. This is going to be a little bit better. Not finished yet, obviously. Alright. Let's go back here. Top down. Alright, so we're going to let this sit for a little bit. The next step for this is I'm going to come back with some white and choose out some areas that I want to emphasize with the fluorescent. That's mostly going to be down in this crevice area. Sorry. There we go. You can kind of already see where I've left some of the white. That's where we're going to refocus attention. I'll probably also go to the... I'll probably choose some areas on these spikes to re-highlight with white. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to let that sit for a little bit. We're going to go start working on our next one. Which one? Which one should we work on? Fire throw up man. Fire vomit guy. Yeah, this is kind of hard to show off, huh? There you go. There we go. We got fire vomit, and we got chaos symbol. Actually, I think I'm gonna work on chaos symbol. I'm sure people will choose vomit man, but this is a little bit easier to work on. Where did I put? Oh. All right. Here we go. Again, we're just returning to Vallejo black. All right, I'm going with big brush this time. Airbrushing GSC, yeah, that sucks, dude. They're like, you're right, they're super detailed. I would say they're even more detailed than guard. Although I haven't painted the new guard yet, so I can't say for sure, but. Fire vomit looks like the same thing but more fun. I mean, yeah, that's why we got to build our way up. We're gonna start basic. All right. So the point here is to leave the white in the recesses. Kind of working the opposite to how we typically paint, right? White, you usually, the brighter color is usually on the edges. But now the recesses are bright and the edges are dark. We're going to mess with some other colors too. Like I predominantly want this to be red and black because that looks super evil together, but I'll probably throw some purples in here as well. All right, there's the fire. Add a little more to the brush here. I thought about having... Alright, notes for next stream. I think I'll probably switch the cameras around. I know this top down's like good, but I think an over the shoulder at higher quality. Maybe the better choice. But yeah, we're learning. This is the first remote stream we've done. Anyway. Oh man, this looks great. It's almost tempting to just leave it black and white, honestly. Oops, sorry. show you guys here as well. Pretty. All right, I'm gonna do the back side of this. This is the reason I want to do this when it's a little bit easier. I don't think I'm gonna have to go in with a smaller brush. All right. I guess something I should have said on the other one is we're going to end up going back and forth on this. So we're gonna end up dry brushing black again over this stuff. It's just kind of repeating the same steps, right? Dry brush, transparent paint, usually in ink, and then back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I don't know if it's actually the fastest method, but it's a very easy method for a pretty striking effect. All right. All right. I'm gonna knock this one out too. I'm gonna hit this with red. Right. There you go. Get cameras in my glasses, yeah. What is that, like True Lies? You guys remember that movie? Get some True Lies glasses. Actually, so. Now we're gonna do. I have some GSC around here somewhere. I used them to kit bash a Kill Team, not this last edition, not the upcoming edition, but the edition before that. Uh-oh. Well, that's a problem. I still have airbrush cleaner in my, I still have airbrush cleaner in here. You know, it's a good way to make sure the paint is clean. Pro tip, don't do that. Luckily, I didn't put too much on. I think we'll be all right. I hope. I hope the paint doesn't start peeling off because of that. That would be a bummer. Saul, were you the one who said you're going to do your GSC as Nah, it's fine. It's fine. We're all good. I don't use super strong solvents or anything, or detergents for my airbrush cleaner, so luckily I think we're going to be alright. Cthulhu Cult. Prisoners, nice. Try around. Yeah, luckily, I think it was pretty diluted, so I think we're going to be alright. All right. Here we are. And to put her on the nice front cam, put her there. It kind of just looks like sprayed it red, right? Which is fine. You can still see some of the black detail coming through. And we are going to end up reinforcing this. We'll probably reinforce the black before we do this white stage. Or redo the white stage. But this is ink, so we gotta let it sit. It can be a little fragile. Okay. Yeah, let's just knock this one out real quick. I'm gonna commit a cardinal sin. I'm gonna not clean my airbrush out real quick. I'm gonna try and dry brush this first. Let's see if it bites me in the butt. Who knows, maybe we'll get a live how to clean your airbrush. Disassemble and clean your airbrush on street. Alright. Dry brushing again. We're doing Mr. Vomit face. Oops. Trying to brush perpendicular to all the sharp edges. So that's really what I want to catch. I don't really care about the overall color. Oops, sorry. Luckily, Chaos stuff has lots of sharp angles. Look how angry he is. There's a little portal back here too. See, like this is like prime area for like adding some purple. This little portal on the back. I'll probably try to play these at some point, but if I'm being honest, the Slaves to Darkness endless spells kind of suck. They're not very good. Weirdly enough, the best one is probably the first one I painted, the gate, or the one with the spikes coming out of the ground. That's probably the best one. And it's like it's just a worse version of Raven X Gnashing Jaws. It's just worse in every way. I think it might be easier to summon, but like I think it's a 7 to summon or something, or 6. That's like so much worse. All right. All right. Quickly before this paint dries inside the airbrush, I'm gonna come back over here and spray her down. Oh. I spent all that time talking about how I was worried about leaving paint in there, and there was basically none left. Chaos is the best dry brush armor. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. So with this one, I'm going to try and spray a little bit more directional. So I'm going to try and leave a little bit more white in the recesses on the flame, although I kind of failed, and I failed on one side already, so maybe not. Oops. Sorry, I'm going to get it on screen. You know, Jolly Roger. I like the idea of endless spells. I think it's one of the things that separate them from... I think they're one of the big things that separate them from 40k. I can kind of see it being annoying, though, right? It's like feeling like you need to buy this thing, right? Because it is free, right? It's free points. It's not free money. Free monetarily, I guess is what I should have said. All right. Here we go. Again, looking at in retrospect, I probably overdid it with these reds. Should have left a little bit more white. I think that's what I mean, though. Like, I wanted to leave that white in there. The sides. Then on the back. That's more of the effect I should have been going for, leaving a lot more white showing. It's fine, though. I'm going to reintroduce white with the airbrush anyway. All right. Oh, thank you, Molecule, for the gifted membership. Appreciate it. All right. Clean my airbrush out. I'm going to look at this pole while these are drying. Oops. All right. And look at this. Look at these pole results. Really? Y'all don't think David Blaine? End this poll. Magnus the Red doesn't count. He doesn't use magic. He uses psychic power, so... That was a trick question. Alright. Let's see. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab our first one. This thing. And I'm going to re-dry brush. Not as heavily this time, but I want to reintroduce that black back into it. And you don't need to go, like, I want to emphasize, you don't need to go, oh, this dry brush is a little... You don't need to go as heavy this time. In fact, don't do that or you'll rip up the ink, because ink is fragile. So yeah, let's just go. Focusing on the edges. We might even come in a third time to do this. We really want that high contrast between the red and the black. Alright. I think I'm going to watch Furiosa today. The new Mad Max. Is it good? Is Furiosa good? I also watched, very much in the same vein as Furiosa, I watched Mulholland Drive this week, and it's basically the same movie, I imagine. At least I certainly hope so. That was a great movie, though. Apparently a movie Meg does not like, so Meg and I can't be friends, I guess. What a shame. Alright, so now I'm reintroducing these areas of... reintroducing black into these... some of the rock areas. Because in this crevice here... Here, I'll even bring it over here. In this crevice area... This is going to be white, right? Inside this crevice. So the areas just outside the crevice, I want to really reintroduce some more black. Sorry. Reintroduce black in this area at the top of the crevice, so that you get this really high contrast between the lightest light and probably what's going to be the darkest dark, unless I go in and add some shadows. Abigail. Abigail, that sounds like a horror movie. Yeah, just reintroducing some of that black in. And so, like, you might be asking, like, well, why didn't you just start with red and then dry brush black? This adds a little bit of variation, right? So you have some darker darks, or some darker blacks, some, like, reddish blacks. They're almost brown. Oops, sorry. Wrong view. We're getting just a little bit more variation. Here, I'll show you. So this area of black, right here, where I'm going to go real hard on it, is a little different than area like in here. But this is almost brown. Right. Oh, come on, I gotta get this. There's a skull in here that needs some dry brushing. Oh, wait, Abigail. Yeah. That was the one about, she's like a ballet dancer, right? And it's like a bait and switch, almost. Alright. There we go. So now, just gonna switch to the high quality airbrush over here, the Infinity. Sometimes this thing sucks though, so I don't know if it's... We'll see. I don't know. This is an expensive airbrush, and it's very precise, but I have a lot of trouble with it, so... Let's see if it decides to be helpful today. Yep, I can see it sputtering already. Alright, y'all. Let's hope and pray that it doesn't crap out. Brightburn meets Morbius. Oh my god. Holly watched Blade Runner for the first time last weekend. I think she said she liked it. But man, there's so many versions of that movie. There's like the theatrical cut, the director's cut, and then the director's final cut. And then I think there's another one. Man, he was the original Snyder Cut guy. Come on. There we go. Alright, so what I'm going to do now, that I've got my white and my airbrush, I'm going to get real close with the airbrush and I'm going to focus on this little crevice here. I hope you guys can see. And I want this to be like full opacity white, if possible. Focusing on the bottoms of these spikes. They almost look like like part of a tank trap or something, you know? Focusing on the walls on the inside here. This is probably going to take multiple passes, because like I said, I want almost full opacity white on some areas. And I thinned this white ink down with some airbrush flow improver, because I said you might have heard me mention it was sputtering. So that way if it sputters, at least I can cover it up easily. You can also do this with a brush. Just paint some white ink in there. Which honestly may not be a terrible idea. I might flood. Thin down this white ink and then just flood the area. That's actually maybe what I will do, yeah. Okay, so this is generally what we're going for, right? You can see this crevice, right? I think... Then I'm going to also just choose a couple of areas that I want to maybe have glowing. Maybe like the tips of the tips of these spikes things. Or just, you know, it's magic. You can kind of have it glowing wherever. Remember, it's not supposed to be real, so it doesn't have to be consistent. You can have multiple. This one's gonna have multiple, right? It'll be. And if you don't like it, just re-dry brush with black. One more time in here. Alright. So I've done that. Excuse me. While I'm waiting, you know what? I still have some airbrush, some white, so I'm going to come back. I'm just going to do all of them at once. So we're going to move them to Vomit Min. Vomit guy. This one definitely doesn't require the same amount of precision, so I could probably use the bigger airbrush, but I've already got the ink in the cup, so. Sorry, let me bring this closer. And so that's what it looks like that, but when we're actually, you know, this is what it'll look like, right? Let's see. How are we going to do this guy's face? I'm probably going to whiten up his eyes, but we'll have the ring. I'm just going to have the ring around it. The inside of the ring, I mean. I'm going to end up re-dry brushing what kind of looks like the metal ring, but the portal part I'm going to whiten up a bit. So we can get that super high contrast. So I did it right. So I did that ring on the inside, and then this outer ring I'm going to re-dry brush with some black. So it'll, you know, look like a portal. I'm still going to get his eyes. I'm going to go in with a brush for the eyes to make sure that they're full opacity white, but there we go. Let's see what y'all talking about. It's better than Morbius. It wasn't filmed using phone filters. I resent that as a man who's using a phone right now. That's why this camera doesn't look very good. And so what I'm doing is I'm spraying from an angle here so that I can re-emphasize these creviced areas of this flame. Yeah, that's what. This is what it looks like from where I'm spraying. Right? You can. Oh, jeez. You can see how much white there actually is. And all of that white area is going to end up being sprayed with a fluorescent red. Whereas right now we're just using a red ink. This is not rocket surgery. You can go off of feeling, like what do you think needs to be emphasized versus what. So like I'm breaking my own rule here. I was just talking about painting the crevices. Right now I'm painting an area that I just feel like is going to need emphasis. There's a little bit of an under area here that I'm going full on white opacity, or full opacity white. Alright, I think we're good on this guy for now. Actually, I'm going to paint around his mouth, but then we'll call it good for this guy. Oops. Too much air pressure there. I just blew some of my paint away. Gotta be gentle. Alright. I'm going to move on to they summoned the Chaos logo. Yes, exactly. Chaos is very vibes-based with its magic. Sorry, let me get back on camera. So here I'm going to focus on the base, so all the bottom parts. See, I'm focusing on the rim here. Then I'm going to focus on the insides of these rings, of these Chaos rings, which is not a Sonic thing. I believe those are Chaos gems in Sonic. So you can kind of see what I'm doing here. Oop. Chaos Emeralds, sorry. Sorry, I don't want to piss off the Sonic people. So focusing on the insides of the rings, you can see here. probably have to come in another time. I feel like I over-thinned this white. Oop. Looks like I'm getting a little bit of a problem here. Let me double check that. One sec. Let me know if I'm coming through all right, y'all. Not receiving enough video. Looks like it's fine to me. Whatever. Alright. Time is it? 11? Alright. Alright, I'm gonna do one more thing. And then we're gonna do some. Take a little bit of a break so that I can let all this stuff dry. It did freeze for a second. Alright, yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Sorry about that. It's probably just my crappy apartment Wi-Fi. Okay. Here we are. Let me show you on big camera here. Alright. Doesn't looks kind of weird, I know. And this. Oops. Right, I'm gonna hit this one more time with okay. Clean this out. I'm gonna flood these a little bit with no, so we're doing music in the background since I'm doing a solo stream today. I figured I wouldn't be able to. I'd have the music fill any dead air. I don't have Zach to talk when I'm doing something, so. But let me know what y'all think. I've been trying to, this is all Zach's music. I think it's pretty great, and I feel like it fits the vibe of the streams. So I've been trying to convince him to, well, I wanted to test out, see what people thought, see if people liked it or not. All right. Now I'm gonna reach over here. So now I'm going to do something I haven't actually done before, so hopefully it works out. I'm going to just flood some of these areas with white ink instead of trying to do it with an airbrush. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some water and switch to top down. Grab some water. I think this had some mineral spirits or something because it's all water resistant. Yep, this one did too. There we go. So what I'll do is I'll put some water. I might grab some airbrush flow improver or probably glazed medium. Actually, flow improver's fine. Mix up some white ink. Yeah, I know, thank you. Zach should listen to us, damn it. Or at least the damn music. Alright, so what we're gonna do now, in this little area, we've got this little white ink thinned down with water and yeah, there we go, that's working nice. Airbrush flow improver, water and white ink, and I'm just pushing it into the recesses here. Not too worried about how smoothly it blends. Oops. Except for when it reactivates the red paint. That's a problem. But I'm just kind of flooding this area at the bottom. And I'm doing this so that we can get that nice, bright white. And this is going to take a while to dry, so I might move on to the other stuff. Maybe move on to a segment or something, but... Alright, there we go. Now it's nice and flooded in the crevices. I'm gonna pop this in front of the fan for a little bit. Alright. So while that's drying, I'm going to switch over to our actual fluorescent paint, which is going to be green stuff, world fluorescent paint. If you can find another brand of fluorescent paint, I'm sure they're fine. If you don't want to use green stuff world for valid reasons. But I had this stuff from a while ago, so if you don't want to mess with them, I don't blame you. I probably won't be rebuying, but cleaning out the airbrush. Grabbing this fluorescent. Switching back to the bigger airbrush. Golden. I'll check out golden. Yeah, golden's been golden, funnily enough. Yeah, I've had pretty good success with a lot of their stuff, so. Or not a lot of, what limited stuff I've used from them, so. Alright, we're gonna grab this fluorescent. Here, can you guys see this? So this is fluorescent red. It's thinned down slightly. I've found that you don't need to thin it down as much as you think. Or as much as I thought it would have to be thinned down. Because it looks pretty thick, but it's actually just a thin paint in general. So here we go. Oops, sorry, can you guys... So I'm just covering the areas that are white now. feel like it's not working super great on this one. Oop. Oh god. What happened? I think my phone just, Hold on. We got a problem here. Alright, let me check my... Looks like my... okay. You still there, phone? You alive? Huh? Sorry, I gotta reset my phone here. Huh. Okay, let me switch this back to front. So the camera decided to want to go do something else. Okay, I'm gonna go fix this real quick. Fixing the camera. I decided that the stream wanted to be done with the stream. Oh boy. You know, I don't need this right now, camera. Camera, why are you doing this? All right. Are we back? All right, we're back. All right, we're back to this fluorescent. And I feel like I didn't quite nail the effect on this vomit man, but we'll see. It's gonna require, I gotta let it dry first. This paint's a little weird in that when it's wet, it doesn't quite look how it's going to when it's actually dried. I know it works in theory. I can show you how I've managed to make it work. It just seems I may have not gotten the full opacity I wanted. Let's move on to the next one and see how it works on this one. Oh, oops. Okay. Really trying to just focus on the white areas now, more than anything. So it's almost coming out like it's over thin. It's kind of pink, which is fine, but not the intended effect. Sorry, I realize I'm not on camera. I think I'm going to have to do a second coat of this. That's what I'm imagining is what's going on here. Uh-oh. Starting to get dry tip. Uh-oh. Alright. Come on. Alright. Ooh, yeah, that's a lot of dry paint. There we go. Oh, looks like we got a clog, y'all. Never mind. We do not have a clog. There we go. Now I'm getting some actual color out of this thing. There we go. Now it's working. I don't know. I feel like the effect isn't quite selling as well as it had on the pre. No, actually no. Now that it's out of the light, it looks very blurry. Maybe I'll show you. We're not done, obviously, but I'll show you what I mean. It's selling a little bit better. It looks a little bit brighter. I'm trying to see. Definitely want to go back in with a black again, though. I'm going to assume this one is not done yet, but let's see. Nah, not quite. But I'm going to spray some of the other areas while I have the paint in here. So I'm not going to focus on the well just yet. I'm going to focus on the spikes. Okay. Oh. Yeah, the paint in the crevice is definitely not dry. Still moving around. So we're going to wait for that to dry down. Here, I'll show you guys an effect where a time where it worked pretty much exactly how I wanted. One second. Alright, so we're gonna let this dry some more. Alright, here's a preview of this week's tutorial. So here's a Braxia. Oops, sorry. So you can kind of see here on the lightning is where it worked really well. I'll bring this over to the big camera. So you can see on the lightning, that's done with fluorescent paint. It worked really well there. I'm not really sure why I'm having so much trouble now. But this is generally the effect we want. See on the horn there, You can see the lightning there. Even the green has some fluorescent paints working in it, so that's what we're going for. I'm not exactly sure what's going wrong this time. I think I just need to reinforce the blacks once more, which I think is going to end up pushing these colors back into line. So I'm going to do this for another couple minutes. Then I'm going to go back to the dry brush and hopefully it all gets tied together. All right, so we've done this. So we have our highest highs with the fluorescence. I think what we need to do now is we need to reintroduce some of those shadows so we get that high contrast. I think that's part of why it's not reading. So that means going, again, back to the dry brush, but I'll also probably grab a black ink. Start with a purple. Black ink. All right. We're in experimental phase now, so it's not working exactly how it had worked on the other ones, but we're still good. I'm gonna grab this one. This is the easiest to work on, frankly. Purple Lake. This is a purple ink. I'm just gonna introduce this into some areas where I want to darken it a bit. What's up, Pat? All right, so where do we want to introduce some darkness? Let's do here. Let's do here. I'm using purple and I'm going to create a gradient to black in the darkest parts. This purple is just kind of intermediate color. Because we really want to have that contrast between light and dark. So I'm going to focus this on the inside, or the spikes, the areas that are closest to the ring. And the tips of the fire. All right. Actually, I'm going to introduce a little here too. I'm going to introduce a little bit to this one ring on the inside. All right, there we go. All right, we got some purple. And I feel like we're already on the right path. Just by introducing a little bit more dark, we're starting to get that high contrast. Top 3 or 5 inks. Okay. Black and white, Liquitex white, Liquitex black, carbon black. Here, I'll bring this over. Those are kind of... The reason I would say the white and black inks are because those play to the strengths of... sorry, I'm answering Rudy's question, by the way, in chat. You want a black and white because that helps with zenithal, it helps with what I'm doing now, which is, you know, increasing and decreasing values. So many inks are transparent, so being able to have those black and white underpainting is really a powerful tool. Let's see, I'm looking at it now. I want to get a little bit more on the inside ring here, a little more purple. But let's see. If you want metallic inks, actually that'd be Dollar Roundy. I think Liquitex Pyrol Red is really good. Very solid. Let's see. Let me think. I'm trying to think of other... Sorry, I'm focused on this purple placement right now. Let's see. Oh, Vivid Lime Green is amazing. One of the best paints out there. Let's see. Oh, and wow, this is Dollar Roundy, not Liquitex, but Indian Yellow by Dollar Roundy, or by Dollar Roundy, or Brilliant Yellow by Dollar Roundy are kind of my favorite go-tos. All right, now we're gonna. You guys can't see what the hell I'm doing. I'm gonna switch back to this guy. So here's I added a little bit of purple. We're gonna move those up to blacks in a minute. Yeah, Godforge, agreed. Metallic inks are great. Purple Violet Velvet. I forget what it is. I used it on the Emperor's Children tutorial vid. Amazing paint. Incredible. Probably one of the most underrated paints. I don't have much use for purple metallic, but that thing it's an amazing paint. Honestly, Purple Lake, the one I'm using right now, also really useful. I found I ended up using it a lot more than I thought I would. It's really useful whenever you're painting red or blue. So, Purple Lake, maybe a unsung hero. It looks like I'm kind of just going random with the purple, and I kind of am, but I'm going to re-dry brush one more time with the black, so all these are going to get kind of blended together. And it'll just look like a little color modulation. Time we at? All right, 11:30. We got time. All right, here's the Vomit Man. Starting to get there. Still not super pleased with the way the red fluorescent turned out. I'm not really sure what happened, but we're making up for it in other ways. All right. And so now, in a very, very small proportion of those purple areas, I'm going to start using some black. Oops. Black inks. So you see we got these purple areas. You know, we've been doing this the whole stream, but I'm actually going to do something real quick. Maybe this would be better for y'all. We'll see. It may not be. Flip vertical. Okay, so now in these areas that are purple, I'm going to just add a little bit of black. There we go. Alright. We're getting somewhere, y'all. Even if it isn't the way we intended. It's looking alright, huh? Not too bad. Still gotta do the dry brush too, so I'm feeling pretty confident now that this is gonna come together. I'm gonna go in here now with this black, reinforcing those purple areas. Probably gonna go a little bit heavier with this one. I mean, I think it looks magical. This looks like it was summoned out of the ether. Oh, you know what? Actually, what I really want to do with this one is I want to get a little black around the edges. Alright. Unfortunately, this one over here, which is probably the best looking one, still drying. So we're going to let that one sit for a little bit. What's up, Polly? Oh, what was that? Did I lose the camera again? Oh my god, I lost the camera again. Nah, they didn't want to let me in the studio. They said, Bartok's been changed ever since I was last in the studio, so they won't let me back in. I'm petitioning, though. I'm contacting the authorities. Alright. I gotta fix my camera again. Come on, camera. We don't have that much longer to go. Do-do-do. Oh. All right. Let me angle this so you guys can see a little more. All right. Like I said, unfortunately, this one is still in a state of drying. I'm not sure I'll be able to get to finishing it today on stream. But we'll see. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to this one. With all its pinks and purples, and it is Bartok's fault. Little snitch. Now we're gonna do is we're come full circle. We're gonna do one more black dry brush on this magical icon. Alright. I think this is coming out pretty good. Obviously, you're not going to win any golden demons here, but it's quick, it's easy, it looks appropriately magical, and it's pretty painless. And, you know, considering this thing costs 0 points, I don't want to spend that much time painting it anyway. This is no centerpiece. And honestly, these spells aren't very good anymore, so we're probably not going to see too much time on the table. Alright, there we go. I think this is a pretty good spot to call this one. I don't know who said that. I really should vet these Saray facts. Let's see. Should probably vet these. Alright. I think it looks appropriately magical. Yes, Rudy, yes, to answer your question. Inks for skins? I think they're good. There you go. Here's our magic. Obviously, it's not based, but I don't know. It looks kind of magic to me. It doesn't look like a real physical thing, right? It almost looks like it's like, oh, what the hell is that? And it's super easy. All right. And now we're gonna move on to this one. Yes, Patsy. This is Zach's music. He made it himself. Now we're just gonna do the same thing. Re-dry brush to get this magical vomit man going. I think I want to reintroduce a little bit more of that Pyrrole red into this one now that I'm looking at this vomit face. It's a little too pink, but That's pretty easy to do. Yeah, Zach's gonna fucking fly in here and be like, who the hell's using my music? Oops. Alright, there you go. It's looking properly magic, ethereal nonsense. Okay, show you guys on this one. I feel like I've gotten farther away somehow from the camera. Again, our goal is for it to just look kind of ethereal and not real. It should look like a summoned bit of magic. Now with this one I might go in and I'm not sure, maybe I'll try and make the ground texture look a little more real so that the focus is on the actual flaming head thing. That might help sell the effect a little better. Then we got this one. Again, I'll show you guys this one again. I feel like this one came out the best in terms of actually looking like a magical thingamabob. Alright. I've got two options. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jump into fan stuff. I'm not sure if, like I said, I'm not sure I'll get to this one. I think this is probably gonna end up being the best effect, funnily enough. But we're gonna hop into fan stuff, and if I have time, I'll paint this last one up. So let's do some fan stuff. Also, I went full screen. I wanted to make sure everyone gets their full picture. So fan stuff is a little formatted a little different today. All right, who we got here? This is Timbit. Timbit's trying to convince me to get back into Heresy. And, I mean, this is a pretty good way to convince me. This is pretty amazing. Got some Emperor's Children, some white scars. I don't know what's going on here, but I like it. Yeah, this is incredible. Actually, I say this is, yeah, it's definitely white scars, although he's holding a Sons of Horus banner. Tisk tisk. Alright, here we have Vino. Vino getting ready for some Blood Bowl. These look like, okay, the color scheme, we got blue and orange. Is that the Dolphins? Looks like the Dolphins, inspired from the American football team out of Florida. Very cool. Thanks, Vino. Sorry, did I say Sons of Horus? Yeah, you're right. It's Luna Wolves because it's still white. You're right. What's up, Boris? This is Zeltan, I believe. Let me double check. Yeah, this is Zeltan working on some awesome terrain. Super cool. Especially like the little bits of if you look at the wood, you know, it's got this like brown, but then towards the bottom it's got this like yellowy green, almost like moss starting to creep up. Really cool. And I love the blue roof. Good job. This is Bond? Yes, this is Bond with his awesome Archeon, making it look really nice. So good. Especially love the purple wings. You go check out some more of the pictures. The purple wings are awesome. And the whole thing is awesome, but especially the purple wings. Thanks, Bond. This is Boris, who I think just hopped in chat. What's up, Boris? Boris, you also had some other sisters done. These looking awesome. Lots of Florida-themed football teams in this week. This scheme reminds me of the oh my gosh, what's the name of the team? The Gators? Yeah. Anyway, they look sick. Really like the shade of blue and the intense orange it got going on. Sick. Thanks, Boris. This is Bryce. Bryce said he was inspired by Baldur's Gate 3. I think it's Act 3, in which you can meet the circus. But yeah, this is cool. This is like a little camp setting. I thought it was super cool. He's got a clown mini on the Discord. You should go check it out. Super cool. Big fan. And we've got the Lakers colors. I'm just pointing out all the football or sports teams today. Also, I think LSU, if we want to stick to football. This is not Kadan. Kate, is it Kaden or Kadan? Sorry, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. With some cool iron jaws. I was actually just looking at iron jaws. Very tempting. Those big pigs are so cool. But these are awesome too. I think these are these Orc Boys or the step above. I always forget the name of them. There's Orc Boys and then. But anyway, regardless, these look sick. I like the kind of more human skin tone, a little like pink brown. They almost look like Lord of the Rings orcs. Looking super cool. This is DJ. Is it DJ Axis or Djaxis? Not sure. I'm going to say DJ Axis. Super cool. This is, I forget the name. Is it Callus and Toll? I don't know if this is Callus or Toll. Super cool. This is for Cities of Sigmar, I think. Super cool. Awesome. I think they have a whole like black library book about them. Sick. This is Filippo. Filippo had a bunch of stuff. Man, these are all incredible. He's working on some Flesh Eater Courts. They're incredible. Also, great photography, I'm going to point out. Super cool. You should check him out. Check him on the Discord, especially if you haven't seen his some of his other stuff. It's incredible. All right, next we've got Galileo working on some awesome Kroot. I especially love the frog, the black and yellow, not frog. It's like black and yellow amphibian thing. I don't know what they're called. Krutox? Is that a Krutox? I don't know. I don't know anything about Kroot, but these look great. Great choice with the green and orange playing off each other with these Kroot. Super sick. All of them are super sick. Great job. Also, go check out all his other stuff on the Discord. He posted a bunch. This is Jolly Roger. Jolly Roger, this red is super cool. Very curious how you actually went about painting it. These are some Slaves to Darkness. Corn aligned, I'm guessing, based on the fact that there's so many of them red. Also great, like, heat magma weapon. Super cool. And, like, I can tell you went in and did a lot of detail work on that Karkadrak, whatever. So good. Super cool. Thanks, Jolly Roger. This is Lazarou Larry, working on some Fire Slayers. I think Fire Slayers are coming back. I think people have maybe rounded the corner on them. Seeing a lot more Fire Slayers. I know people who weren't into Fire Slayers suddenly getting into them. And also, big fan of the Golden Green. I'm looking at my own Golden Green army right in front of me right now, so I approve. Oh, this is maybe a little more brass and green. Regardless, super cool. Love to see Fire Slayers. Good job, Lazarou. This is Midgar. Let me check. Midgar, yep. Midgar working on some Skaven. You got the Skaven type box, I see. Super cool. Love Skaven. Don't normally see them in these colors, too. This, like, kind of blue. I think it works really well. So, yeah, good job on that. Thanks, Midgar. Mini Mayor working on some a Biologus for 40k. Super cool. Big fan. I like the kind of weathered battle damage, like grimy, grimdark style on this Biologus. Super cool. Thank you, Mini Mayor. This is Pat. Hey, Pat. You made it back. I wonder if you brought these down to Nova. These are super cool, man. I love the bases on these. These are so cool. Please go to the Discord and get a closer look at these. So good. These are these aquarium plants. That's what I used in the similar base. I don't know if these are aquarium plants or paper plants. What are they? I don't know. They're super cool, 3D printed, but amazing job. Super good. Thanks, Pat. This is a poorly cropped. Sorry, I couldn't get a good crop of this. This is Roshan. Roshan working on some terrain, very fantastical terrain. You should go check it out. It's super cool. I really appreciate this like big stuff he's working on. So yeah, thanks for that, Roshan. Super cool. These are massive. I mean, you can see those are pine cones, right? Just to give you an idea of how massive these pieces of terrain are. This is Soy Sumer. Soy Sumer, these are zombies for that you get in the Cursed City box. I think they're Soul Blight, technically. Super cool dead walkers. Love a good zombie horde. I like this, like, muted, like, fleshy green, like, dead yellow skin you're working on with the hint of red. Looks super cool. Let's see. This is Spirecraft. Spirecraft. I wasn't exactly sure what this was. I should have read the description, but I chose it because it's like, man, these look super cool all in this one big base. Is this a proxy? Is this a I don't think it's for Warhammer Old World. I can't really tell by the base, but it might be. I don't know. Regardless, it's super cool. I really love scenes like this. I feel like we don't get enough. There should be more models in-game where it's just a bunch of models on one base. GW, make it happen. This is super cool. I mean, this is proof that it looks super sick when you do it. Good job, Spirecraft. Thank you. Paper plants. Patsy, gotcha. Okay. Oh man, these are so cool. This is Tactile Sun. Go to the Discord and go look at all these cool. This is like not even. I chose this one because I really like the pink eyes, but his whole Plague Bearer squad is so cool. You definitely have to go check these out on the Discord. Great job, Tactile Sun, on these grimdark Plague Bearers. Super sick. Love the pink. Love the super green and dark. That's so good. I could go on forever. This is the Iron one. The Iron one had a ton of stuff. Go check it out. There's something in there for you. He posted so much stuff. There's a bunch of AOS. There was some, I think it was an impulsor, this like really dark blue impulsor that he painted up. I've seen some ultramarines. I've seen a bunch of stuff. So just for the sake of variety, you should go check out the Iron one stuff. Thanks for posting that. This is I don't know my Ossiarch Bone Reapers, but it's sick. So I chose it. I think that's going to be it. All right, and that's it. And then Timbet, again, thank you. All right, we got 5 minutes left. I don't think that's going to be enough time to finish this up, unfortunately. I mean, I could, but it wouldn't be interesting, right? I would just be painting this fluorescent. All I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the fluorescent red in here and then dry brush it in black, just like I did with this. So I don't think there's anything super interesting that you guys need to see on stream. But you can see these are done pretty quick. I could have done them faster if I wasn't, trying to entertain and all that stuff. So yeah. I think I'm going to call the stream there. Actually, okay, I want to show you one thing, though. I was really worried about the red. I was saying, oh, it doesn't look like it's coming out right. I think now that it's dried, that glowing red is, showing a bit more. I may have overdone it, so I'm going to bring in some of that pyro red back into this. But I think it's once I was maybe fretting a little too hard about the state of the fluorescent red. I think it's better there. All right. I'm going to call it. Yeah, I could poly, but I'm not gonna. All right, y'all. All right, I'm going to call it there today. I'm going to stop the music, and I'm going to say we'll see y'all tomorrow. I'll be producing a game with Brad and John. So if you guys want to see some AOS, we will be streaming tomorrow. But Zach and Meg should be back sometime this week. I don't know. I don't really check the schedule, if I'm being honest. They'll be back eventually. But anyway, until then, I'll see you guys later. Bye.